Sponsored by the Nebraska Army National Guard. Aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association at this station.
I think it's just vapor.
Vaping is safer than smoking, isn't it?
There's really not even that much nicotine in them, right?
One vape pod has as much nicotine as one pack of cigarettes.
My kid
knows it's dangerous.
5.4 million American kids vape, and most think it's harmless. Get your head out of the cloud. Talk to your kid about vaping. Visit talkaboutvaping.org. That's talkaboutvaping.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
You want to feel important. You want to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things. You want to feel like you belong. We know. We felt that way too, and that's why we did something about it. We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers. We are normal people just like you. But our part-time service in the Army National Guard means we get to be more. When our communities are in need, we get the chance to stand up and do something about it. We get to serve in our own region and help the people we call neighbors. Whether they are in the mountains of New Mexico, the plains of Nebraska and Kansas, the ranches of Oklahoma and Texas, the farmlands of Missouri and Arkansas, or the bayous of Louisiana, we are here for our hometowns. And together, we can make a difference. Take on your legacy. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Sponsored by the Nebraska Army National Guard. Aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association at this station.
I get it, slip it, cuff it, check it twice a day.
I get it, slip it, cuff it, check it in the morning and before dinner.
I get it, slip it, cuff it, check it, and share it with my doctor. Nearly 1 in 2 U.S. adults have high blood pressure. That's why it's important to self-monitor your blood pressure in 4 easy-to-remember steps. It starts with a monitor.
Now that I know my blood pressure numbers, I talked with my doctor. We're getting those numbers down.
Get it, slip it, cuff it, check it. Talk to doctor now and share it.
Be next to talk to your doctor about your blood pressure numbers. Get down with your blood pressure. Self-monitoring is power. Learn more at manageyourbp.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council, the American Heart Association, and the American Medical Association, in partnership with the Office of Minority Health and Health Resources and Services Administration.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
on the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Hey, it's me, your cell phone. We need to talk about something serious. I know you love me. I know you like using me wherever you are, but I feel like this isn't working out when you're driving. I know you may think that it's possible to focus both on me and the road, but I just don't feel the same way. I think we should spend time away from each other when you're driving. It's for the best.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
A Shiro's work is never done. You care for the house, the kids, and our future. We're so grateful for all you do. Now it's time to care for yourself and save a little more for retirement. A free 3-minute online chat can give you the personalized tips you need to boost your retirement savings now. Visit aceyourretirement.org/Shiro today.
A public service announcement brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Welcome into Fitness Fanatics on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Now here are your hosts, Jeff and Nicole Essig.
Good morning. Welcome into Fitness Fanatics. What's the matter? Nicole's already fidgeting.
I'll slot that for you. Well, because DP was in here and he was sitting down.
I always forget that you're a stander. You don't like
I'm
to
a
sit
stander.
down.
Yeah.
Already having problems here.
It's not a problem. I was trying to fix it, but I didn't want to make it worse either. So.
Well, I have my new favorite little thing I got. I went down to the Ticket Tailgate show yesterday at Tipsy Tina's, and DP threw me this little football.
Did you catch it?
No, but it was a bad throw. So I think it was a quarterback error. So I dropped it. I didn't catch it.
That does not sound like you.
But this little stress ball.
Drop a pass.
Probably got a good use out of it.
Yeah, I thought I had it in my hand the whole time I was there. Just squeeze it. And even this morning, I come into the studio. I just have it. All the kids were like, "Oh, this is great." They just want it. They're like,
so, you're like, "No, I'm taking it with me."
So we're already. So it has 93.7 The Ticket on there. And when I first got this, I was like, oh, would it be great marketing if like everybody in the stadium that had one of these footballs just all at the same time, just
But marketing for who? The players, the coaches, or what?
just like all these footballs get thrown onto the field, and it's going to get on like the broadcast, like where are all these footballs getting on here? What's this 93.7 The Ticket FM? Like on the national broadcast. Like how cool would that be?
Yeah.
Right. So if you see me, my hand, this is what I'm squeezing on because, a little stressed out, but we like to focus on positivity on our show. So we're going to get right to it. Joining us later at 10 o'clock hour is going to be our $1,000 10-week challenge winner.
One of them.
AJ Leach is his name, and his buddy, Rob Worth, that actually convinced him to sign up. So he wasn't going to do it, but typical FXB fashion, most of our business is referral driven. And Rob had done ferals in the past and talked his buddy into joining, and he won $1,000. So he's going to be in studio with us. We did give away $2,000 winners on Friday night, one male and one female. Our female winner, his name was Helen Poss, and we wanted her to join, but she is a pastor.
Yeah.
At a church.
She's already committed, previous commitment.
Yeah, I said, listen, you can call in from the front. Yeah. You can broadcast the show
from
live
the pulpit
from the church. We'll spread a little positivity for them, help you out with the message on Sunday. Mark was trying to say, oh, it's fine, come on in, but so no, she's
short notice.
Yeah, short notice. She had plans, obviously for today, but she's working on getting a Sunday off and coming in, joining us, hopefully in the month of October. So October 9th is kind of the date that she's shooting for, because we want to recognize her also. It's one of the things that we can do with our own show is have our winners come in to the studio and talk about their experiences. So that'll be coming up here at the 10 o'clock hour. So for the first hour, we're just going to kind of give a little recap of our 10-week challenge, talk a little bit about the upcoming 10-week challenge, which now is 2 weeks away, starting on October 1st. So if you're looking for something to help change your life, Farrell's is the place to be. So our new host, Harrison's going to be doing the next challenge also with us. Mark, who had been on the show with us since April, little update on him. I don't know the next time we'll get him in here. So we're just going to do our own little updates on Mark. So,
well, he shares it too if you follow him on social media.
Yep, follow him on Twitter, Facebook. He posted his results. But since April, Mark is lost 70 pounds. He has dropped 33 inches, and he has down his body fat percentage is down 13.1%.
Wow, I didn't know the body fat percentage change. Yeah,
and he's lost 60 pounds of fat.
That's awesome.
Off of his body. Yep. So he's done amazing. He is in the national challenge, which Farrell's has as an annual challenge for after your 10 weeks, where we give away $10,000 to one male and one female. So Mark is participating in that. We have another member that is doing that also. Jim from the Yankee Ridge Gym is also in the $10,000 challenge, national challenge. So amazing results. Mark has really until next June.
Yeah.
Before he's finished.
Right. Yeah.
So looking forward to seeing what happens with him.
Yep.
We would love nothing more than for somebody from Lincoln to win.
That'd be awesome.
Challenge. He's got a real shot. I feel like Mark's been super dedicated on this.
He's going pretty quick too. I mean, it's crazy. It's only been 2 sessions.
Yes.
And he's down 70 pounds. That's
and
awesome.
The great thing is, like he's going to hit a point where his weight loss stops, right? So then that's when, we get to figure out, okay, like how are we going to change
game plan,
how are we going to change your macros?
Right.
Let's start building some muscle.
Well, we haven't, it's been easy for us so far because he's just flying through.
Mark's kind of been like our son at school. Like he just literally he's a sophomore at East.
Our son
gets straight A's. We've really never had to help him with any homework his whole life.
But I keep thinking, okay, that maybe this is the year he's going to struggle.
Yeah, but he doesn't.
I know he hasn't yet.
He's taken an AP class. He's taken some diff classes.
Yeah.
And We don't even ever see him do homework.
He did reference that he needed to do some reading yesterday, which is like the first time I've ever heard him talk about.
But he does it like, so we go to bed at like 8:30.
Yeah.
And he does all of his homework like after we're in bed.
Just gets it done. That's
and he
what
knows
Mark's doing.
if he asks us, I mean,
we aren't going to be able to help him.
No, we won't be able to help him. We will be able to help Mark though. But when it comes to schoolwork, we're 27 years since I graduated in '96, so 26 years been out of high school.
Yeah.
All my brain my brain power is taken up with sports statistics.
Very much so.
Out with the algebra, in with the touchdown completion percentages.
Yeah.
For our quarterback. So we had our 10-week challenge celebration out at Rosie's off of South 14th. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
It's just one of those times where both gyms come together. We probably had 20 of our instructors out there. Just a really good time. And again, awarded our $2,000 winners. So next 10-week challenge, like I said, starts October 1st. You can go to our website, fxblincoln.com. You can hit us up on our Instagram page. What is our Instagram page?
Fitness Fanatics Radio.
Fitness Fanatics Radio.
Mm-hmm.
I am not on Instagram, so
right.
That's why I have to ask every single time.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can reach us on Twitter. My Twitter handle is JEBigRed. That's my initials and Big Red. If you don't know I'm a Husker fan, people are like, they don't know what it means. Like Jeb.
Yeah.
They just don't know what it means. And Nicole's is at NKS Inc.
Yeah.
So if you have any questions for us, you can hit us up there. Also, we've been on the show. The show is going on.
Oh, my bad. Sorry.
Going on.
Yeah, shut up.
Going on 6 months here. October 2nd will be our 6-month anniversary.
And he still missed the turn off almost. Tried to turn in early to the station today.
I always turn in on the first. When I'm coming from, I turn off of O Street on 48th, and I'm always like, I always try to turn one before I need to, because I see the sign, and I'm like, but
I did that my first few weeks. I got over
Not
it.
6 months.
Not 6 months.
Yeah.
I think after week 2, I was good.
Right.
Yeah, I almost turned, but I can still get here even if I make the wrong turn.
That's true.
So 6 months.
You've never actually made that turn. You just slow down at it almost every week. Yeah.
Well, I need to slow down anyway because they're so close.
Yeah, they are.
So I'm already slowing down.
You've never actually made the wrong turn.
No.
Okay. Well, that's better. I actually did. So
okay.
Maybe if he did that, that's how you would learn. But since you've never actually done that.
If you have any subjects you want us to cover or topics or you want us to talk about, we don't really get a lot of people listening live on Sundays, but we do get a lot of podcast listens, Facebook watches, Twitter watches, YouTube watches. So if you're watching this later on any one of these platforms and you have a subject you want us to discuss, whether it's,
just any health,
working out,
fitness,
nutrition, macros. I mean, anything you're struggling with, motivation, anything like that. We want to talk about that. So you can email. You can email us at, which I've already forgot the email. LincolnFXB@gmail, right?
I don't know. I don't ever remember which one it is.
Okay, so
I thought you had this covered.
Well, I thought I did too. You can.
I blame myself.
You can message us.
LincolnFXB@gmail.com.
So you can email us. It's basically our show email. We'll call it LincolnFXB@gmail.com. Or you can send us a message on Instagram at Fitness Fanatics Radio.
Nailed it.
Bam. So
there are like underscores in there, but I'm pretty sure if you just search Fitness Fanatics Radio.
Okay.
Yeah.
So any one of those, give us some messages, questions, and we would love to cover them on our show.
In future shows.
Yeah. Yep. So Harrison, have you decided which location you're going to be doing yet?
Well, okay. So which one's going to be the closest one to me? I live, or is there one close to the station? Right around here?
Not yet.
Not yet.
December we'll be moving.
Yes.
Okay.
But not yet. Where are you at?
You know where Mahoney Park is? Like way up. So we're pretty
on
much
70th.
by Lancaster Event Center.
So you'd be the Pioneers location.
Pioneers for sure.
Pioneers.
It's on like
by Momo's.
Yeah, I know where Momo's.
Oh, okay.
Fleet Feet.
Yeah. That's not okay. Yeah. So I'd probably go on that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
that's not that far.
No. It's
no.
not
Just right down 84th Street.
Yeah, because we go to Momo's. It's
Yeah.
not a far drive.
Right.
No. No. Okay.
So no, that's definitely the closest. The other one's on 40th and Yankee Hill. So that's out.
Okay,
there.
I saw that one. I was hoping there was another one.
Yeah.
Like,
yes.
it's gonna be brutal if I got to make that
No,
drive.
no.
Now,
That definitely is going to be close for
coming
you.
in December, we are going to be moving that gym to 70th and Vine.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
that'll be
Pioneers
nice.
gym is moving to
Yes,
Because then
right.
I could just hit that after this job,
Right
or
down
before
the
this
street.
job.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So it's going to be in the Meadow Lane Plaza, right by Ace Hardware, Honest Abe's, Valentino's.
It's a lot of temptations around there.
Chinese, Scoops, and a bar.
Right.
I mean,
That's it. I mean, that's part of why we do this, because to us, that is our competition. Other gyms are not our competition. We're all kind of just on the same team, but the competition is those places. We're competing against the drive-through. We're competing against the couch.
That's true.
We're competing against, so
yes,
it's all right. It's
If I'm
good.
walking out with the Valentino's
Yeah,
pizza and I'm
right.
walking by Farrell's, I'm like, this feels.
You'll
I feel
just
worse
have to
now. I
park
need to
a
get in
little
there.
you just have to park a little to the right, so you don't have to walk past Farrell's.
we are excited about like the foot traffic because all the gyms that we're at now, we don't get a lot of foot traffic over at the Yankee Hill because it's just us and then Dollar Tree. So
And
people
State
have,
Farm.
yeah, and State Farm. So people drive by. Like we've had some people that have signed up because they've driven by and they've seen the sign and then they look us up. But over at Meadow Lane, you're going to get a lot of foot traffic because it's just a shopping plaza. So we are kind of excited being by all kinds of food because when you you eat good food and then you leave and you're like, what's this Farrell's over here?
Yeah.
It's extreme body shaping. You're like, ooh, maybe that's something I need to do.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have like a little TV in the window that like some videos that talks about Farrell's and stuff. So we're pretty excited about that. But that's coming not till December. Plus it gives us a gym north of O Street, which we're really excited about too. So we kind of we'll have a north location and a south location, which is what we've always wanted since we've moved here. To get that done. So that's coming in December. Yeah. So when that happens, we'll actually be like 2 miles away from the ticket. Just right down the street on Vine. You just zip down there, zip over here. So pretty excited about that. If you have any questions for us today, you can reach us on the Starter Heyman text line 402-464-5685.
So back to the original question, though.
What was the original question? What was the original question? Oh, Harrison?
Yes. The question you asked?
What class time are you wanting to do? Because we need to get you signed up and in the system and ready to roll.
Trying to think.
And you don't always have to come to the same class time. Like,
I know. I'm trying to think.
Not knowing how your schedule, maybe it changes.
So like, it's either going. I want to do it. I'm trying to think if I want to go 6 a.m. or way later in the day. But the problem is ticket weeknights usually go late. I'll just 6 a.m. 6 a.m. Yeah, that's gonna be the best.
Well, on 6 a.m.
I always call 6 a.m. the man show. We have a lot of guys at both 6 a.m. locations.
and our winner is from 6 a.m. at Pioneers.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
So the two guys coming in later go to 6 a.m.
Yep.
At
Pioneers. That's good to have.
So they can give you some. And I'm trying to think of our last winner was at 6, like
4 a.m. Haley.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
4 a.m. at Pioneers. Yes.
Yeah.
So okay, yeah. So you can chat with them. So that's kind of cool. So 6 a.m.
Just an hour workout too, right?
45 minutes.
Oh, not even an hour.
45 minutes.
Yep.
Nice. We do have, so we do kickboxing Monday, Wednesday, Friday, strength training Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Our Saturday classes, we have a 6 a.m. So you don't have to worry about anything with the tailgate show interfering because you'll be done in time for everything that's happening here.
We also have a virtual. So if there is a time that you have to be in our we have a lot of people who do the Saturday class virtually too.
Oh, okay.
So we have that option too, depending on what's going on. Early kickoffs. I don't know what time do you usually have to be here for those?
Pre-game, it just depends.
Okay. Yeah.
Like 8:30 was the last.
Yeah,
last
this
one.
was the.
Well, that's when they're on. But that doesn't mean.
Yeah, I don't have to be there. Like I usually just do post-game, so it really shouldn't be
okay.
a big problem.
Oh, cool.
But you guys don't you and Carter do like a high school show?
Yeah, that one's up in the air too. I don't know. We got
so much changes.
Yeah, we just got more shows today. I think possibly. I don't want to spoil anything.
Sure. Just a teaser.
Yeah, just a teaser. There might be some new stuff coming in. So I mean, this ticket just keeps getting more and more shows. So I don't really don't know.
And I like it because like
you like hearing local stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
The more local we can listen to, the better.
It's just you can relate to it way more.
Yes.
Yeah, it's fun.
So that's cool.
Yeah.
What else? We got a few more minutes here. Little recap of the session. It was really good. Our winners. I can kind of go over their stats here with you just so you know. see, what did I just texted? I need to find those.
You just pull up the pictures.
Oh, yeah, I can just pull up our pictures. So we posted them on our Facebook pages. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping, Yankee Ridge, or Pioneers. You can go there and check out the photos. We might post them on our Instagram too.
We will.
But so our female winner, Helen, she lost 19.5 inches, and she dropped her body fat percentage, went from 45.2 to 40.6. So she almost dropped 5% body fat. And when I tell these are just 10-week numbers. So it's not like it's been a year, and so it's really, really cool. Our male winner, AJ, who's going to be coming in with us, he dropped 23 inches and 8% body fat in just 10 weeks.
And I think weight-wise, I'm pretty sure AJ, we don't really focus a ton on weight loss, but sometimes people like to hear about that, just depending on where you're at. If you're looking to lose weight, not everyone has to lose weight in our program, but Helen lost almost 17 pounds. That was all body fat. And AJ lost 33 pounds. I'm not sure what his final body comp changes were, but so that's pretty good for 10 weeks too.
AJ started off at 260 pounds.
I just said how much weight he lost. I did the math.
You did?
Yes.
Oh, I wasn't really paying attention.
33 pounds.
Okay, 33 pounds. So
he's checking my math. No, I did it yesterday, but I have the ability to remember something that I did.
That you do
the day before or minutes before
yes, that you do. Just when I start squeezing this a little more. Oh, let me think.
Yeah.
No, so I got a question for you guys.
Yes.
Questions.
Like when you get to, because I imagine most people come in and then it's probably weight loss pretty quick early on, and then do you get to a point where you don't necessarily need to lose the weight anymore? So do you guys like focus on just purely building muscle? And getting back
so
up to that?
The good thing about part of our program, we use we will track your body composition too. So we have an in-body scale that's going to break down your body composition. It's going to tell us how many pounds of body fat, how many pounds of muscle. It breaks down how your muscles are distributed. So like how many pounds of muscle, lean mass, muscle mass in each arm and leg and trunk. Yeah. So it breaks it all down. And then it also gives you like kind of a control number where it shows you like, to be in the low end of normal body fat range, how much body fat maybe you need to lose, or some people need to gain muscle, how much muscle you need to gain. So we can kind of use those numbers to kind of give you your macro goals. And then just kind of depending on if you're in that, if you're already starting, which you'll be in this situation, you're not going to lose 33 pounds in 10 weeks. Like you do not have 33 pounds to lose.
That's what I was asking about the muscle mass.
Yeah.
Well, I'm trying to get
You do not have 33 pounds to lose. So we have other winners from other locations. Right. Yeah. That's why it's really hard, because when we're choosing that winner, when our coaches and instructors, they're comparing apples and oranges and pears and bananas, like all different body compositions. You don't have to need to lose weight to do Farrell's. It's just changing your body composition.
Yeah. I just want to feel better.
Right. Yeah. So you're going to get your macros based on your body composition. Even your macros are going to be different than like what AJ was eating or what Mark was eating, like we said. And so, that when you're looking to gain muscle, we may tweak those numbers a little bit. So maybe your protein percentage is going to be a little bit higher. You're going to need a little more protein right off the bat, because we want to really preserve that protein or that muscle mass for someone who's looking to gain muscle. So like in the situation of Mark, where we talked about he's lost 70 pounds, but 60 pounds of that was body fat. He's lost a little muscle in this time. What is that noise? It's you. Your phone is.
Oh, that's what that is.
Yeah, your phone is throwing.
There's a loop.
Get off of that. It's making noise. Harrison is losing his mind.
Turned it down.
Right. So Mark has lost 70 pounds overall, 60 pounds of body fat. He's lost a little bit of muscle, but that's because he's carrying around a 70-pound lighter person. His body just doesn't need that much muscle anymore as you get smaller. In your case, you're going to probably gain muscle in the 10 weeks. So we'll be able to see that, and we'll be able to track that. We'll do your in-body. We do it again at week 5, see where you're at, make adjustments. So it really does tailor to kind of each individual.
And you didn't see this, but I showed Harrison, because now all the Farrells have wrapped up their 10-week challenges. So everybody's posting their
Yeah.
$1,000 winners. So I showed Harrison a picture of the winner from Altoona,
Mhm.
and because he was asking about losing weight, and I said, here's the winner, and he was like,
And he
"Whoa,
was definitely
I
much.
could look
yeah.
like that."
Yeah. He has.
Yeah, he started off at 19.8% body fat.
Yep.
And he got all the way down to
10. Yeah. Right.
So
10-ish.
it's a lot of definition.
Yes.
Yeah, because that
Yeah.
dude, I mean, that dude, I mean, he's shredded.
Right.
Like, he's
Yeah.
that's crazy that he did that.
So it can
Yeah.
be done. It's
Yes.
just everybody's a little different.
Uh-huh.
You
It
know,
is.
that's why really Farrell's works for anybody. If
Mhm.
you and even this session, we saw people that started 17-16% body fat and they get down to 12.
Yeah. And that's just as hard sometimes.
It's almost harder.
It is almost harder to build muscle than it is to just lose weight when you, as we can see with Mark, and as his weight loss will start to slow down at some point, eventually it'll get a little bit tougher. So that's what makes it fun for us, but challenging when we're trying to pick that $1,000 winner
And
too.
what's also fun for us is we just, you know, we've been doing this for almost 10 years. What I really love about the 10-week challenge is there's a starting point and an ending point at first.
Mhm.
You know, where if you just go join
anywhere, just
yeah,
a
you
gym,
just, or you start doing like Taibo or something. You start doing something,
Taibo.
or
You're
whatever.
so old.
Hey, Farrell's is a little Taibo inspired.
I know,
you
but
know. But anyway, like so you just start something on your own. There's no really
it's hard to give yourself
right.
that start.
But this
and
is where
finish.
like so Harrison, you know, okay, I'm going to take a final picture on December 7th or 8th or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And you know, that's kind of my ending point for the 10-week challenge. Now, not the ending point for the rest of your life, obviously.
Right.
But you have a starting point and an ending point. So that's why we see really, really great changes in the 10-week challenge. And two, everybody starts together.
Mhm.
You know, so I had a guy that I've been emailing with, and you know, he hasn't really done anything for 8 years. And I'm just like, that's what's so good about Farrell's is everybody starts at the same level.
Mhm.
And there's people that start that are in way better shape than I am.
But you're still learning something new for
Right.
the first time,
Still
which
learning,
is they're
yes.
tricky. It
Right.
can be intimidating.
Right.
We,
So it's
we'll
all about
talk about
teaching.
that with AJ a lot when he comes in.
Yeah,
'cause-
we'll talk about his experience
Yeah.
and how he can relate to. So
Yeah.
Well, we are up against a break here. When we come back, I'm going to talk about a new little eating plan that I'm starting
Mhm.
today, and kind of get into the mindset differences. So maybe some of you can relate to my little kindergarten mind and Nicole's more complex mind. So we'll be right back. 93.7 The Ticket here, coming right back with you.
Allo means business. Allo means local business. Allo means big business. Allo means small business. No matter your business, if you need reliable phone and internet connectivity, you need Allo. Local service and same-day dispatch. Free installation. Symmetrical upload and download speeds. If your business relies on communication, rely on Allo. Allo means business. Visit allofiber.com/business.
Early break with Sip and Jake.
Sip said maybe at the end of the game, if Nebraska's about to win,
A minute left.
the PA or the music guy should play "Staying Alive" by the Bee Gees.
And why not?
To entertain the crowd. We all understand why it's being played. We're all celebrating and dancing
And
instead.
it adds levity to this season that's so unappealing in a lot of ways. Add some levity. Can you imagine
Early
that?
break with Sip and Jake from 6 to 8 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket.
Courage. I learned it from my adoptive mom. Hold my hand.
You hold my hand. Learn about adopting a teen from foster care at adoptuskids.org. You can't imagine the reward. Brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
If you came across someone struggling with hunger, how would you recognize them?
By their clothes,
Their age?
the way they speak. Hunger can be hard to recognize. Learn why at IamHungerInAmerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America, 200 Food Banks Strong, and the Ad Council.
We stand on the shoulders of women who came before us.
Women who fought for their own financial futures.
And now it's our turn.
Join us. Visit WeSaySaveIt.org and take control of your financial future by saving for retirement.
A message from AARP and the Ad Council.
Serving part-time in the Army National Guard has led to a lot of firsts for me. The education assistance I received made it possible for me to be the first person in my family to go to school and graduate debt-free. That education helped get me to the first day at my dream job, a job that I can still hold while I serve part-time. That job plus the other benefits possible from the Army National Guard, helped me become a first-time homeowner. Also, part of my role as a National Guard soldier means I know that I can be one of the first to respond and help my community if disaster ever strikes. I'm extremely proud that I get to serve my community, and that first step I took by joining the Army National Guard has made all the difference in my life. Talk to your local recruiter or visit nationalguard.com to find out what firsts are available to you in the Army National Guard.
Sponsored by the Nebraska Army National Guard. Aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association at this station.
I get it, slip it, cuff it, check it twice a day.
I get it, slip it, cuff it, check it in the morning and before dinner.
I get it, slip it, cuff it, check it, and share it with my doctor.
Nearly 1 in 2 U.S. adults have high blood pressure. That's why it's important to self-monitor your blood pressure in 4 easy-to-remember steps. It starts with a monitor.
Now that I know my blood pressure numbers, I talked with my doctor. We're getting those numbers down.
Get it, slip it, cuff it, check it. Talk to doctor now and share it.
Be next to talk to your doctor about your blood pressure numbers. Get down with your blood pressure. Self-monitoring is power. Learn more at manageyourbp.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council, the American Heart Association, and the American Medical Association, in partnership with the Office of Minority Health and Health Resources and Services Administration.
I wanted to quit for so long, but I didn't know where to start.
I was afraid of what people would think, but then I found the right support to start my recovery journey. 1 in 14 Americans reports experiencing a substance use disorder, a treatable medical condition. Treatment can take many forms, so there are a variety of options to explore and find the one that works best for you. Recovery from drug addiction is possible.
Paid for by the CDC, sponsored by Nebraska DHHS, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Now back to Fitness Fanatics on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back into Fitness Fanatics here. It's Sunday, September 18th. Oh, we were just chatting with Harrison about the end of the 10 weeks. We just wrapped up. He's getting ready to start here in a couple weeks. So we were just chatting about that in the first segment. We're going to chat a little bit about what I'm going to do because, I don't really have a lot of people to hold me accountable for stuff. So I'm like, I'm kind of starting a new meal plan just this morning. And I thought, well, I better just bring it up on the air so I can have
Keep
my
yourself.
own accountability.
Yeah.
And then I can kind of update everybody how it's going. So, Nicole and I have been doing Farrell's for a long time. And we're not saying that Farrell's is the end all be all to all meal plans. Like it's either this or nothing. There are other great meal plans out there that you can do. And we
honestly, the biggest thing is consistency in anything that you do.
Yes,
right.
Whatever you're doing, what you need to do is find something that works for you, that you can see results. So, I've done, so what I kind of started today was the Whole30 meal plan, which, for me and how my brain works,
You're kind of an all or nothing person.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm an all or nothing type person. So if you're not familiar with what Whole30 is, and
it's not technically a diet.
No,
Yeah.
it's just a way of eating.
Nutritional reset really is what it's.
And Nicole really
coined
knows
as.
more about it than I do, like the intricacies of it. But it's basically you're cutting out anything that's inflammatory,
Or could be
inflammatory. So like the big one for me is the sugar aspect of it. Just because sugar it's like a drug basically
For you.
for me. Well, for a lot of people.
No, it is. Yes. Yeah.
It is. So just cutting out no sugar, no dairy, no grains, no what else?
No legumes.
So like no beans,
Right.
peanuts, stuff like that.
Everyone's like, well, what do you eat?
Right. So what do you eat?
It's super restrictive, but it's supposed to be designed to be only 30 days long.
Oh,
and you're
okay.
taking out those like foods that people can see, intolerances or have inflammation from. And so you cut them out for 30 days, and then you're supposed to bring them back like one thing at a time, like bring dairy back in, see how you feel, bring back gluten, see how you feel. So,
well, and for me, like I don't have any, I'm not allergic to anything, well, except bananas. So, but other than like all that stuff, I'm not allergic to like a gluten. And I mean, I don't have any allergies to that stuff, but for me, it just gets me on track of eating fruits, vegetables.
yeah, you eat like a toddler.
I do.
Right.
And it's like when I'm doing like, the Farrell's meal plan, I'm like, oh, well, I can have a cookie. It's fine.
Right. Yeah.
But like this is just for whatever reason, my brain kind of is like, okay, I'm all in. So, we did eat the greatest yesterday because I was planning on starting this Monday, but as I just didn't really sleep well last night, I'm like, I just can't. I have to start it today. Like, so, and our daughter's doing it with us. And there's a couple members from Farrell's that have done it before, that it's just a good little reset for us, get us back on track. So there's like 4 or 5 of them that are going to do it with me. So I just thought I'd bring it up here on the show and kind of give you some updates. But, so Harrison, what you can eat on Whole30, you can eat meats, chicken, fish, turkey, pretty much any protein. Well, you can't eat no dairy, so like no cheese and stuff like that, but eggs, anything that like meats that are sugar free. So like, one of the tricky things, like, oh, well, I can have some bacon because it's a protein. Well, most bacon's cured in sugar. So you have to find uncured sugar-free bacon, which they do make it.
What about turkey bacon? That's probably the same thing, isn't it?
Why we don't turkey bacon?
Never had it?
I don't like it.
Oh,
there's a few things that I don't like to substitute.
Right.
Like I don't want turkey pepperoni.
Turkey pepperoni is the worst.
I need to eat real pepperoni.
I actually like turkey bacon.
And if I'm
holds
gonna
up a little better.
If you like it, that's fine. Yeah, I don't like the texture of it. It weirds me out.
I've never really looked at a label of turkey bacon.
Yeah, I don't know
to see if there's sugar.
This is not something that we recommend that our 10-weekers do.
No.
No. This is not the meal plan you will be on by any means.
No.
Yeah.
I'm not signing up for this one.
Yeah,
That sounds tough.
The Farrell's meal plan is really easy.
Yeah. Which is great because you'll do Whole30 and then you'll go right back into like Farrell's meal plan, which is balanced. It's just tracking your macros, balancing those, and it'll be so much easier for you.
And it always has been.
Right.
I've always done really well with Whole30. And the last time I did it, I thought it was pretty easy. Now, sometimes when you cut out sugar, and we do have stories of me being angry.
Oh my gosh.
Because it's like,
yes,
I compare it to like a drug, because you do go through sugar withdrawals.
There is
everything.
Yeah, it is. That's the thing with Whole30. You have to read every label.
Now you might
be
thinking, well, there's sugar in an apple, but you can have
natural sugars. Right.
Okay.
So like
just not added sugar.
Right. So you can like drink orange juice. Now there's some orange juice that there's sugar added to it.
Yeah.
So that's like processed sugar that you just
it's just looking at labels.
Yeah. So I mean, it's really like kind of one of the cleanest ways to eat. Really, you're just eating everything that's fresh, nothing's in a package. Drinking water. There's no Diet Dr. Peppers or
you can't even chew gum.
Can't even chew gum.
What? Gum?
What?
I'm not doing
Whole30
because it has artificial sweeteners in it.
I figured it'd just be such a small amount that it wouldn't.
Yeah, no,
it doesn't matter.
I don't know. That's the rules.
Because the last time I did it, Nicole was like, "Oh, you could have, because we love the protein from Nutrition Authority, and even Farrell's has a protein
whey protein
that we've been taking for 15 years, but that has sucralose in it
and dairy
whey
protein.
Oh. So
right, yeah.
She's like, "What?" Because that's the one thing that I miss. Like,
because you usually have like two protein shakes, at least one, sometimes 2 a day, just to get
so when I can't
protein.
have my Nutrition Authority protein, I have to switch to collagen protein.
That doesn't sound as
like
good.
What the
It's
heck
not.
is this collagen?
It's not ideal.
It's not good. It doesn't taste good, but it's hard for me to get all the protein in there. So I like to do a couple protein shakes a day. I have a protein shake with coffee in the morning, protein shake with coffee in the afternoon. So I don't do any pre-workouts or anything like that, which that's another thing you can't do either.
Yeah.
Because of the artificial sugar that's in those. So there's just sugar in a lot of stuff. So the bottom line is, if you have self-discipline you don't need to do Whole30. If you don't have self-discipline like me, then I do it to kind of reset my body, and it's kind of like a detox, because there's like juicing things you can do. You can do like a 2-week juice fast or whatever, and all those things are just to reset your system.
Your system doesn't need to be reset.
Well,
but
mine
that's okay.
does.
I know your brain needs to be reset.
Yes, my brain does. So when I woke up this morning, I was like,
it's resetting your brain. That's why you're doing it, because everyone has gone through this. Like, you can be disciplined for only for so long, and then old habits start to creep back in. But then there's a tipping point for you where it's like, all of a sudden, all the bad habits are back. And so this is you don't know how to pull back from that. So you got to just
and this is what makes us such great gym owners, is because
you're a real person.
We're a real person, and we can relate to everything that your people go through.
Yeah. Now, I am not doing Whole30. I do not like it. It's super restrictive. I don't like thinking about food constantly. I'm going to have to hear about it. I know. And I'm going to have to cook about it.
Yeah. What you like about it is what Nicole really likes when I do something.
It makes it easier for me, for sure.
I don't care. We're getting this.
Yeah. Yeah.
When I do something, it's like the end of the world. For example, there was one time where she made this soup, and there was corn in the soup.
I totally, because you can't have corn because that's a grain, which
and
makes total
literally
sense.
Freaked out about it. Like, I cannot eat this.
Right.
So
I had to.
So she picked out all the kernels of corn.
Oh my god!
No.
Out of my bowl. It's not nice. She picked out all the kernels of corn. So this is how your mind works when you're getting rid of sugar. It's
your
like
mind.
My mind.
Mm-hmm.
So she picked out all the kernels of corn, and then literally like the next day, I was like, I can't make this 30 days. I gotta quit. She's just like, I just picked corn. So that's how my mind is like. I'm so just invested that I can't eat a piece of corn. But then the next day, I'm like, I can't finish.
Or the one time you were doing it over Christmas.
Yeah, that was a bad idea.
And
that'd be tough.
Katie and I went to finish Christmas shopping, and away from you, we had cheese sticks from Applebee's, and we came home and told you about it, and you freaked out.
I freaked out and threw a fit. Over
it's not
Christmas.
like we brought them home, like we ate away from you.
Yeah. But if you're an addict, like if you've ever tried to quit smoking or all that's like when you try to,
or if you're just really dramatic about everything.
Well, yes.
Yeah.
Being dramatic is.
So I am looking forward to you guys doing this, because there just means there's going to be healthier food in our house in general. Because I am not saying that I eat perfectly by any means. I definitely can be swayed to make bad choices, but I enjoy fruits and vegetables. I enjoy eating that stuff. I just don't want to give up dairy because I really like yogurt, and I don't like thinking about food constantly. I don't like having to read the minutia of every single label and pick corn out of soup.
And the reason it's easy for me is because
you don't do anything.
Well, no,
I cook everything.
I can eat the same thing literally every day.
That's true.
Like once I get into my routine on this Whole30, I can just eat the same thing every single day.
You'll feel better. You will. And you'll lose weight. I never lose weight on Whole30. It's not about losing weight anyway, but you will lose weight.
Yeah, I will. Just because I'm not eating bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know.
So I'm not doing it, but I'll be eating better too, because it'll just, all that stuff will be in the house.
Yep. And that said, our daughter wants to do it too. So that's, if she wants to eat healthy, we're not going to be like, no.
Yeah.
So we're going to be supportive. So I'm kind of excited she wants to do it with me. So she's planning her meals today, and she's kind of making a list of what she wants to eat and prep and stuff like that. So, so yeah, that's kind of what's going on.
So there's like this whole Whole30. It's a program. It's a thing. And they have like it broken out by days. And I don't know, what is it? Day 3, day 4 is like the kill all the things. You'll be past that by next week. By the next time we're on air.
I won't even get to that stage because I just know how to handle it.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll be good.
Is it hard to get to high enough calories, like a high calorie intake when you're on that
Well,
diet?
the thing is that you don't really track your calories on Whole30.
Okay.
Like, so because you're eating like whole foods and stuff, so you don't track it, and it's only 30 days.
That's true.
So
Short little thing.
yeah, and so he won't be tracking his calories, which is kind of what our daughter is a little worried about, because she's pretty good at macro counting now, and so she's a little anxious about that. And you could, but no, because you're eating whole foods, it keeps you pretty full. You know, processed foods, those are, if you think about eating a whole potato, which you can have potatoes surprisingly on Whole30, think about eating a whole potato versus a potato worth of potato chips. You know what I mean? Like, those are practically digested already by the time you eat them. Like, so you'd ever eat, if you took one potato, sliced it up really thin, fried it up, you could eat 5 potatoes worth of potato chips. But when you're eating one whole potato, it fills you up, you know, and you're eating pretty good quality protein sources, and you'll be a little higher in fat just because you're going to have bacon and eggs every day.
Bacon and eggs.
Yeah.
See,
so it'll
that's
still
good.
be a good balance, but you're not really supposed to track your macros when you do Whole30. Again, this is not something we ever would recommend our 10-weekers to do.
No, this
it's
is
not
more of
necessary.
Like later down the line, if you need to change something up.
Yeah. And see how you feel.
Yeah, because there are people that have intolerances to gluten and stuff like that, which, you know, our son had a gluten intolerance, which we didn't really know, but they wanted to take his tonsils out. This is when he was like, what, 3, 4?
Yeah.
He couldn't sleep throughout the night. Like, he would stop breathing. Like, he sleeps so loud. And, you know, the doctors were like, oh, we need to take his tonsils out, this and that. And I'm just like, also, Nicole was reading a book called Wheat Belly, right? I remember that.
Yeah, I know. That's surprised. I think you just saw it, though, the other day, because we were pulling books out of the thing. But
no, I don't think that was in there.
Okay, it was. But
oh, well, anyway, I forgot that. I remember what the name was.
I suffer from short-term memory loss.
Yeah, I'm like Dory. Yes. So
anyway,
so she decided, well, why don't we just do gluten-free for a month and see what happens.
That wasn't even I just wanted to try it out. And Jeff's like, well, why don't we all just do it? And within 2 weeks, his breathing was better.
Instantly.
Yeah. Like,
right? Not even 2, like within days.
So it was inflammatory to his system. Gluten was for sure.
So that just got fixed it for him.
It really did.
It
Because
instantly.
The inflammation in his tonsils went down. He was able to breathe all night long. He wasn't drenched in sweat. He wasn't like waking up gasping. And so for a couple of years, we had him gluten-free, and then we would reintroduce it and see how he did, and then he would kind of, once we could hear him struggling to sleep again, we cut back. And so he's really grown out of it now. It's not something he kind of grew out of it, but it was surprising. So that can be something that people can have an intolerance to, but and that's the point of Whole30, to find those things and see how you feel when you cut them out and then when you reintroduce them. That's the point of it.
Oh, well, one of our members is listening because they asked me about Whole30, texted me about it. So I will chat with you tomorrow at the gym about it.
Why are you looking at me? Not me.
My texter.
I know, you should
you're
look
listening,
at the camera.
You're listening. I'll chat with you about it tomorrow. All right. So appreciate you guys listening to us. All right. We're going to take a break. We got one more segment here before our guests, our big $1,000.
We'll talk about football. We got a big game tonight.
We'll talk a little football talk.
He already forgot because you're not wearing the jersey.
Yeah, Harrison left us last week, and Carter came in. And
it was Carter. It wasn't Harrison. You're right. You're right.
Jersey for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Well, who got the last laugh last week?
Well, we'll see this week. Right. All right. Anyway.
All right.
We'll talk about NFL.
All right. We'll be back. 93.7 The Ticket, Fitness Fanatics.
How's Wingstop sound? Crispy, juicy, classic wings. Made to order, cooked to perfection. And sauced and tossed in those 11 soul-satisfying flavors. Paired with hand-cut seasoned fries, house-made honey mustard, blue cheese, or signature Wingstop ranch. And, of course, spicy Cajun fried corn. I think you've heard enough. Get your flavor delivered at Wingstop.com.
Let's do it. Let's get away. Let's go outside, cast a line, and reel in good times with our family and friends. Get a little peace, quiet, and relaxation. And make some memories that will last a lifetime. Let's do it. Let's fish Nebraska. Start planning your fishing trip today at letsfishnebraska.com. Sponsored by Nebraska Game and Parks. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
This message is for Shauna, my mom, who just finished her high school diploma. I wanted to say I'm so proud of you for finishing school. You taught me it's never too late to achieve your dreams. I hope to make you as proud as you have made me.
When you graduate, they graduate. Finish your high school diploma for you and for them. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Put a frog in a pot of boiling water and it'll jump right out. But put a frog in a pot of cool water and slowly heat it up, that frog will boil. As a metaphor for us and all that we go through as veterans, it's a story that rings true. We learn to endure the heat in silence. We apply what we learn to life, the bills, the job, the family, things we're expected to handle with ease. When life heats up around us, we just try to stay afloat. We let the water boil. Reaching out isn't easy, but you've never been interested in easy. You joined because you were not afraid of hard work. You are not a frog. If you or a veteran you know needs support, don't wait until the water boils. Reach out. Find resources at va.gov/reach. That's va.gov/reach. Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
Guys, I just had my weigh-in over at Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping after my second 10-week session over there. Since I started with them in April, I've lost 70 pounds. No pills, no starvation diets, just the proven method at Farrell's using kickboxing, strength training, nutrition, and personalized coaching. It all starts with their 10-week challenge. The next one begins on October 1st. Reserve your spot and get half off by mentioning the ticket. You can get all the information at fxblincoln.com, and I'll see you at Farrell's for the 10-week challenge beginning October 1st. Join now for 50% off.
Landmark Implement, your local John Deere dealership, is searching for mechanics of all skill levels to grow with us. Landmark offers a competitive wage, full benefits package, along with paid time off within just 60 days of employment, as well as a 401k and a boot and clothing allowance. Interested in becoming a part of the Landmark difference? Apply now at landmarkimp.com/careers or contact Deanna 402-310-7561 or email careers@landmarkimp.com. That's landmarkimp.com. Landmark Implement is an equal opportunity employer.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now in our new time. We're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
Now back to Fitness Fanatics on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back into the Fitness Fanatics. We got a quick segment here before we have our big celebrity coming in studio with us.
So now I'm the one that's outnumbered today.
Yeah, so, I mean, this
NFL.
is great because last week I had to look at an Aaron Rodgers jersey for 2 hours,
Gross.
and I'm a Bears fan. Nicole's a Packers fan.
I will never own a jersey. They're too expensive. I'm too cheap to buy
You've
a.
never had a jersey?
No. A Husker jersey that Katie and Ben wear now, but no, not a pro jersey. They're too expensive. I'm too cheap for that.
Yeah, I'm gonna spend $100 for
Yeah,
You got to get them from overseas. That's the best way to do it.
Oh, they're cheaper that way.
Than the non-real
The bootleg ones.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's still. I don't need to try to wear some other person's number on me. I don't know. It's
Yeah,
kind
it's
of weird.
kind of weird.
I mean, I don't know.
With a name on the back.
Maybe an Almond Green. I would wear an Almond Green Packers jersey.
Well, that's because he's a
Yeah,
Husker.
right. So,
Absolutely.
yeah, that's true. I would. do
So last Sunday, the Packers lost and the Bears won, which our kids, they're Ravens fans, which is fine. They could be Ravens fans.
Yeah.
Different conference.
It's fine.
So we had the split screen going on. We had the Ravens on one screen and the Bears on the other. And it was 10-0. The Niners were up. And I looked at my son. I was like, I don't think the Bears are going to score for the rest of the season. It's like the rest of the season. I'm like, because they look terrible.
They did.
Right. And then all of a sudden everything turned around and they won. So now this Sunday night, we got the Bears Packers in Lambeau Field. And Nicole, she'll probably be in bed at like 9 o'clock.
Oh, I'm not staying up. I'm not staying up.
She'll be in bed.
No, you're not that diehard.
No, I'm really not. Honestly, I like pro football, but I really don't like watching the Packers. It's very stressful. Yesterday was my stressful football day.
Yes.
Like,
can't have two stressful days in a row.
No.
And I don't really like.
So I don't really like to watch them play. It stresses me out.
I don't really get. The Bears have been so bad for so long.
It's been a long time.
Yeah, so I don't really get.
That's what makes me worried every time we play.
I don't really get upset when they lose. It's like,
yeah,
I wasn't expecting much, anyways.
Right.
I wasn't either. I was
bar
like,
is very low.
But I can't believe Justin Fields beating the 49ers. 49ers are a good team. That monsoon of weather helped, though. I think that just absolute downpour.
That was fun to watch.
It was like
both teams had to deal with it.
Yeah, and one came out on top.
I'm nervous. I'm always nervous.
Well, she'll be in bed.
But doesn't.
But it's like
the outcome of the game is not going to change whether I'm watching it or not.
Right. And it's almost one of those things like
the other thing is if I have to stay up late and then we end up losing, I'm going to be so much more grumpy the next day because I stayed up to watch a loss and then I'm tired and my team lost.
Right. So you could just you wake up and it's like if you look at the score,
I'll look it up right away. My eyeballs will open and I'll look to see who won.
And if the Packers won, you're going to be like, well, this is awesome.
Yeah.
I'm in a good mood. And if you look and they lost like 21-20, and you're like, oh, I'm glad I didn't have to watch this.
That's true.
Right.
So your life's just better. And I've gone I don't know if I'll be staying up.
We have to get
either.
up.
We
3
get up
o'clock
at 3 o'clock
in the morning.
Yeah, you guys are.
We have 4 a.m. classes.
You
tomorrow.
guys are crazy for
So
that.
it's tough.
Right.
Like last week, I didn't stay up to watch any of the games. Like I go downstairs and I'll have the game on television, but I'll fall asleep. But there are times where I'll kind of doze away.
It'll be on.
I'll wake up and there will be I remember this specifically, when the Chiefs played the Rams in Mexico City a few years ago.
Oh, yeah.
And it was in the 50s. I woke up and there was 2 minutes left. I was like, this is going to be an amazing finish. I just wake up the next morning. I can't even stay up for 2 seconds. I'm just, this is going to be incredible. And I just missed the whole thing. But it takes a lot for me to stay up. Last year, we did stay up and watch when Nebraska was playing volleyball. We stayed up during the week.
I did
on a
it.
Thursday night. Nicole went to bed.
It was on. I actually saw it because it was on TV. I had it on.
Oh, yeah. We have it on when we go to bed, but it's just you got to get up at 3. It's,
I don't think
it's
I'd
so
stand up
tough
to watch it.
Stay
I
up.
did catch the end of the Chiefs game last Thursday because I was up to go to the bathroom. It just happened to be Ben was still watching it, and I'm like, "Oh look, the Chiefs won."
By the time the game is over, we've already gone to bed and had to go to the bathroom once.
I don't have to go to the bathroom that early, but I don't know. I think I drank a lot of water.
And he had band too, so I had to stay up anyway to go pick him up from the East game because he's in the marching band. So.
Bubba's listening. He said Cooper rushed today, Jeff.
Oh yeah, Bubba's a Cowboys fan. There's no way they're gonna beat the Bengals. Come on,
they're fun. They're a fun team to poke at, especially as a Bears fan. It's like, well, we're not the Cowboys. At least those guys
pressure's off a little bit.
They always have high lens on them, and they fall apart.
I think the Cowboys are kind of like the Huskers.
No, because they win sometimes.
Dallas does.
They do.
Yeah.
I mean, they win a lot more. I'd say.
Yeah.
Just not in big situations, but at least they're making playoffs and stuff. We're not even making bowl games.
No.
Well, and again, the NFL, your team loses, you're like, man, it's unlike college where
college is different. It is.
But now as our kids are getting more kind of invested in the NFL and we're doing some fantasy football stuff, it does make it a little more fun. We have a little chart at home on our fridge that we have these little magnets, Bears, Packers, and Ravens.
Oh, nice.
And they
just
made
tiny.
a little win chart. So there's goes up to 17. So last week we moved the Bears and the Ravens up to 1, and the Packers are still down at 0.
Hell yeah.
So I'd say in our house, we're kind of more NFL, because the kids are more NFL invested.
Yeah. You'll get to move that Bears one down one more today too. That'll be great.
It'll just stay.
Well, we'll
right.
move it
It's
up
for
to
the
2.
up to 2
Per wins. Yes.
Yeah. It's per win.
Yeah.
So when you win, you get to move. If you lose, you stay where you're at. So
So it's just kind of fun. So the kids are pumped up. But all right. So we're going to be right back here. We have our male $1,000 winner for the summer 10-week challenge is going to be in studio along with his buddy who talked him into signing up because without him, he never would have done it. So I don't know. Maybe he can give him a big thanks on the radio. So we'll have these guys in. AJ and Rob going to be in studio with us here coming back on 93.7 The Ticket. Fitness Fanatics.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric is the call I make when I have a need for plumbing services. Whether it's for my home or office, if I need a repair to a water heater, softener, or even my garbage disposal. I know I can count on Action to help. In one simple call, their amazing customer service team promptly schedules a service call, often getting to my needs within a day. Action delivers honest, quality services we can count on. To learn more, visit actionlincoln.com.
Early break with Sip and Jake.
Sip said maybe at the end of the game, if Nebraska's about to win,
a minute left,
the PA or the music guy should play "Staying Alive" by the Bee Gees.
And why not?
To entertain the crowd. We all understand why it's being played. We're all celebrating and dancing instead.
And it adds levity to this season that's so unappealing in a lot of ways. Add some levity. Can you imagine
Early
that?
break with Sip and Jake from 6 to 8 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. At 4 a.m, my phone rang. They said, "I regret to inform you that your husband was wounded in action." Victor sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. I was doing school full-time, and I was also then caring for Victor. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself. I just didn't want to forget that I also had goals and that I also had a life. What I did is I challenged Victor to meet me halfway. There are almost 6 million military and veteran caregivers across the nation. We have our own journey, and we can fulfill that journey at the same time that we are helping our loved one.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey and better care for your loved one and yourself. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
You want to feel important. You want to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things. You want to feel like you belong. We know. We felt that way too, and that's why we did something about it. We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers. We are normal people just like you. But our part-time service in the Army National Guard means we get to be more. When our communities are in need, we get the chance to stand up and do something about it. We get to serve in our own region and help the people we call neighbors. Whether they are in the mountains of New Mexico, the plains of Nebraska and Kansas, the ranches of Oklahoma and Texas, the farmlands of Missouri and Arkansas, or the bayous of Louisiana, we are here for our hometowns. And together, we can make a difference. Take on your legacy. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Sponsored by the Nebraska Army National Guard. Aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association at this station.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
If you came across someone struggling with hunger, how would you recognize them? By their clothes, their age, the way they speak? Would you notice a 16-year-old boy who got his first job,
not for extra spending money, but to help feed his little sisters?
or a mother who's in between jobs and sometimes goes to bed hungry so her kids can have dinner? Or a 14-year-old girl who signs up to every after-school activity, not to make friends, but just to get something to eat? Or a retiree who fell ill and had to choose
between getting medicine or groceries.
I am the 1 in 8 Americans who struggle with hunger. People you pass by every day but never knew were hungry. I am hunger in America.
Hunger can be hard to recognize. Learn why at IamHungerInAmerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America, 200 Food Banks Strong, and the Ad Council.
My Shiro always goes the extra mile, stretches every dollar, puts others first. But now it's your time, Mom. Get free tips to help boost your retirement savings now at aceyourretirement.org/Shiro.
Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
What I know about courage, I learned from my adoptive mom. She said sometimes you just gotta hold on and know we'll get through this. Mom, we are so high up. Hold my hand.
No, you hold my hand.
Here we go.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to find out more.
I learned patience from my adoptive dad. All he had to say was,
"Hey, you got this. Just breathe." Hey, We're pretty good.
Yeah.
Might have to start a band.
I got it.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to find out more. This message is brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Hey, you got any gum?
Yeah, check my backpack.
What's this?
Oh, that's naloxone. It can reverse an opioid overdose. I decided to always keep it on me after my friend almost died. It saved his life.
I'm so sorry. That makes me want to have it with me too.
You totally should. Check the pharmacy. It was actually really easy to get and it's easy to use.
I definitely will. Thanks.
Paid for by the CDC, sponsored by Nebraska DHHS, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Welcome into Fitness Fanatics on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Now here are your hosts, Jeff and Nicole Essig.
All righty, welcome back into Fitness Fanatics. If you've missed any part of our show today, you can check out our podcast on theticketfm.com. Just go on to the... Oh,
is that the right way?
Nicole wants me to be closer to her. She's watching the video stream.
No, it's fine. I really kind of just want to lean against this wall. Sorry.
Okay. Are we good?
Yeah.
Okay. Now I've lost my train. Oh,
welcome back to Fitness Fanatics. That's where you were.
No, I was talking about the podcast. So you can go on theticketfm.com, click under Ticket Weeknights, and we are just scroll down to the Fitness Fanatics, so you can check us out there. If you have any questions for us here, you can reach us at 402-464-5685 on the Starter Heyman text line. We are joined in studio. In case you're new to the show, we do own some gyms, Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping. We do 4 10-week challenges throughout the year. We just wrapped up our summer 10-week challenge, and on Friday night, we had one male winner, one female winner. We are joined in studio by our male winner, AJ Leach. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Has your life been changed? Life-changing?
Oh, definitely.
Moment.
Yeah.
You like a celebrity now?
Amazing. People are calling me on the streets, just calling me out. They know it.
Hey,
hitting you up on Twitter.
Right.
Just, I mean, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. You know it.
No, the winning $1,000 isn't really life-changing, but it is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Because I always, it is kind of, you're kind of like a celebrity at the party, right? Like, oh, I'm the winner, you get your picture taken. People are like, oh, can I see your picture? That type of thing. So it's kind of a cool moment.
Definitely. And yeah, I feel vindicated because, the last 3 weeks I've been to parties and I've been telling everybody I can't eat that. Like, I'm trying to, now that I actually won, I can say, see, like there's a reason I had to not eat all that good food that you were putting out there.
Paid off.
So you have friends just lined up out the door ready to come join you?
After they saw my results, they were pretty surprised. I have had a friend actually who says he's interested. So yeah, and got a lot of compliments at a tailgate the other day, and they all wanted to know what's going on. So
yeah, it's a tough sell though. It's a tough sell.
It's people are always interested.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like, people post results and stuff, and you get a lot of likes and great job, great job, great job. And then you're like, what do you want to do it with me? Oh, I mean, I got Thanksgiving coming up. And I'm going to be traveling, and it's just not the right time. And there's never a perfect 10 weeks.
No,
you're never going to find a perfect time to do anything. But going through a little adversity over your 10-week challenge is kind of good because it brings in some real life scenarios because, we want instant results, and we're not on The Biggest Loser. So we have jobs and spouses and kids and mortgages and real everyday stress that we deal with. So AJ, why did you decide to join Farrell's?
The reason I joined this specific program, my friend Rob, who's in the studio with us today, he said he was going to join it.
Good job.
And
look at that. Introducing our other person. just left.
He's
you
a
hanging.
natural.
I know.
I just forgot. He's joining us here today.
That was great.
Great job.
So yeah, I mean, for the last 12, 15 years, I've always talked about doing something, wanted to lose weight, wanted to get healthier, but life gets in the way and just make excuses all the time. So Rob told me he was doing this, and initially I of course wanted to make excuses. Said I couldn't do it. Like my back was actually hurting me. I had sciatic nerve pain for a few months. So I used that as an excuse. And then I thought about it a little more, and I was like, actually, it's getting better. Like, stop using that as an excuse. And then I tried to use like, it's too early in the morning. Like I got to help the kids get ready for school. We got 3 young kids. There's no way I can do that. So I text my wife and she's very supportive. She said, stop, like you can do it. I'll handle the kids. So she was amazing. She took care of the kids while I did the classes and all that. So it was just getting over that initial hurdle of making excuses and getting some motivation for my friend and my wife to get me into the door.
So Rob, what made you decide to do this particular 10-week challenge?
So I've known about Farrell's. Actually, technically, this is my 3rd time going through the 10-week challenge. First time went through, had good results. Second time I failed, made a lot of excuses.
Right. Life gets in the way. Sometimes it happens. Right.
And then, you guys were talking about him earlier, and Mark Onweiler, who's a 93.7 ticket host, producer,
manager. Yeah.
Manager.
Station manager.
I think
all of those things he is. Yes.
I had dropped my girls off at daycare one morning and coming back home to work, and was listening to 93.7 The Ticket, and he was actually talking about his results after the 10-week challenge. And I'm like, man, you know what? I can do that. And I thought, AJ and I have talked about joining gyms before and trying to get back, in shape. And I thought, well, it's probably best if I try to do this with a friend. So I was going to see if AJ wanted to sign up. And fortunately for him and I, we said, okay, let's sign up.
Yeah, that's awesome. I think that does help a lot, having that accountability with a friend. We have quite a few. I started Farrell's 15 years ago with 2 friends. It does help. You started with Mike. You started with a friend. Like, it does help a lot if you can have someone that you can, commiserate with, that you can complain to, you can, that does help a lot. And you get to see your friend every day, which you guys probably weren't seeing each other every single day, right? Like, life gets in the way. So you get to see your buddy every day too, which is nice.
What were, this is for you, AJ, I'm going to go over your stats real quick. So over the 10 weeks, you lost 33 pounds.
Right? Is that right? Yeah.
Yep, correct.
23 inches and 8% body fat, 38.2 to 30.2. And your push-ups went up from 15 push-ups to 30. So you doubled your push-ups and then over doubled your sit-ups, 12 in 1 minute. Think back to that first minute. That's always funny because we do some testing at the beginning, and Harrison is going to be joining the Pioneers location. He's going to be doing 6 a.m. So he was pretty pumped to hear that the winner came from 6 a.m. So he's going to be starting the October challenge at Pioneers.
Yeah.
Cool. So he's pretty excited about that. So that first day of orientation, you do a minute of push-ups, a minute of sit-ups. Think back to that 2 minutes of exercise you did on that Saturday. Were you sore afterwards?
Oh yeah, definitely. And what's amazing is, I knew I didn't work out a lot before, but you just think a minute, like how hard a push-up. I can do a push-up for a minute consistently.
Yeah.
And then after 20 seconds, your body just gives up.
Yeah.
And just to be absolutely shocked that I can't do anymore. The last 30 seconds, I probably did 1 or 2.
Yeah.
I got the majority in the first 30 seconds. Same with sit-ups, how hard you just think sit-ups aren't that hard, but really they are. And
especially if you haven't done them for so long, when was the last time you did a sit-up on purpose,
And then the next few days were definitely just sore from 2 minutes of exercise.
Yeah.
Which is amazing. So.
How did your nutrition go over the 10 weeks? That's the toughest part. If you guys if you work out at 6 a.m., then you go get some McGriddles from McDonald's, you're not going to lose 33 pounds and 8% body fat. So how did the nutrition go? Did you have some help? Did somebody cook for you? What was the toughest challenge to that? Because I'm sure some of our listeners that are like, oh, maybe I should do this, but gosh, I hear about these diets and I don't want to do low calorie and low carb and I want to be able to live a little and stuff like that. So just kind of talk about the nutrition and how that went for you.
Sure. Yeah. For me, and I'm different than everybody else, but probably not. But before, my eating habits were not good. Every day I would have at least 1,000 calories of Mountain Dew, Little Debbie's, candy.
Yeah.
And that alone, if you're eating that much of sugar and sweets,
right. It's not
exactly
doing you any favors.
But I think it tastes so good, and I thought I had to have it. But once I signed up for this challenge, I wasn't going to go halfway through. I'm going to commit fully to it. So I completely cut out my pop. complete cut out candy. I've
Mhm.
had ice cream like once or twice. So, you know, give
Just
cheat
fine,
a little bit,
right?
But
Yep.
That's
fat free,
okay,
probably,
yeah.
right?
I mean, orange sherbet, which
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
sugar free. That kind of stuff.
Yeah. Mhm.
Went to sugar free popsicles, which are good.
Oh my
and
gosh. Jeff
they are
loves
good.
They're like
No.
15 calories of
Yeah.
pop, and I mean,
Jeff
I eat like
loves-
9 of them. But.
Yeah, and I'm like, I can have 4
It's
of these.
true.
It's 60 calories.
Yeah.
Yes, no, because our daughter bought some.
And we'll go years without them, and then Jeff, it's like they were just invented. He's like, these are the greatest things
You
ever. I'm
forget
like,
how good some of that stuff is. Yes.
right. That is true. That's funny.
So yeah, and then the rest of the food, you know, I'm pretty stubborn on what I eat. Like, I'm not a big fruits and veggie guy, which I know that's
You eat like a
hugely
toddler
important.
too, just
Yeah,
like Jeff,
basically,
right?
yep. So it took me like a week or two to get into my routine, but I
Mhm.
basically eat a lot of the same thing every
Mhm.
day. Every morning I eat a protein bar, which they're very tasty. You know, originally you think protein bar, and
Mhm.
they're actually very good.
What do you like?
I do the Quest Hero bar, like
Okay.
a birthday cake flavor. I mean,
Okay.
can't beat that. It's got the
Right.
sprinkles on it. My
Mhm.
kids see it, they want to eat it. I tell them not quite yet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, sprinkles.
Yeah,
Because they think it's going to be, this is like a cupcake.
Yeah.
I mean, they're very good. And then for lunch, I actually eat Chipotle for a lot of my lunches, which
Okay.
a lot of people are surprised at. But by the time, you know, I don't get the sour cream and stuff. So, you know, it's like 800 calories.
Yeah,
which-
you're putting your own stuff in there.
Right.
Yeah.
A lot of good protein with steak and the
Mhm.
cheese. I'd probably be better off getting a bowl than the tortilla, but I like the burrito. So again, it works for me.
Yeah.
I know I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect, but it's I do very well at it.
That's good. That's what I prefer to hear. That's good.
Yep. And then dinner's more like pork chops. My wife does great of kind of accommodating me. Like, my kids don't want to eat pork chops every night, but she's
Mhm.
helping and cooking my pork chops for me. Ham sandwiches, just pretty simple stuff that's not too complex, and it's a lot better than all the deep fried food I was eating before and all the sugars and sweets. And then, like, drink wise, like I said, I only drink water now, so try to get like 120, 150 ounces a day.
Mhm.
And I'm sure that alone was a third of my progress.
Was it
rather than
hard
that
to give
Mountain
up that soda? Was that tough?
Dew. It actually wasn't. Surprisingly,
Okay.
it wasn't as bad as I thought it would
Yeah,
be. I mean,
mhm.
every day I walk by the vending machine and I'm like, geez, I used to spend $6 a day on you.
Yeah.
Like, so money wise, I'm saving money.
That is true.
And I think as long as I have cold water, like, it's really good. I
Mhm.
used to think I needed like Crystal Light, add some flavor to it, but actually water's pretty darn good.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Now, Rob, you did really well too. What were your stats like for the 10 weeks? Because you did great too.
I think it was just under 4% body
Mhm.
fat loss.
Mhm.
I think if you want to know pounds
Yeah.
too, I
Yeah.
think I lost about 12 pounds.
Oh, nice. Mhm.
Push-ups and sit-ups were double of what I originally did.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
and I think too, you're talking about the first minute.
Yeah.
In the testing, I felt ashamed of like not being able to.
I think that's pretty normal.
hit
And the thing is, nobody else knows what those numbers are. Nobody
Right.
cares. Like, you know, because they're all worried about what their numbers are going to be. But
Right.
yeah, it is that there is that part of it that you're like, wow, I can't believe I have gone
Right.
this far or whatever.
Right. I think though for nutrition, I'm still working from home.
Oh, okay.
And I gotta say, it's so nice being able to just walk upstairs, you know, and fix a salad.
Mhm.
I mean, that's basically what I was eating most of the 10-week for lunches.
Mhm.
It's just salads, just with loaded veggies and some fruits and like nuts and stuff like that. But you know, I've always ate fairly good,
Mhm.
but you know, this 10-week challenge, there wasn't really any fast food.
Mhm.
You know, some of those favorites that I would hit, they haven't seen me in 10 weeks.
Yeah.
So,
And you feel better.
absolutely.
Plus, if you
yeah.
think about it now, and you think about how hard you're working in class, can you imagine eating that and how that would make, like, you wouldn't be able to work out as hard. You wouldn't feel as good in the workouts. You would, you know, it's all connected. It really is. So you kind of have to, and that's the biggest change for people is the nutrition. And we always have people, and Jeff and I have done this before where we work out every single day. That's the easy part for us, for sure. Multiple times a day we're teaching classes, but just making that connection of you really do have to eat to fuel your body and to fuel your workouts. And a lot of times people think, I'm going from doing nothing. I should just be able to add the workouts in and not change how I eat and still see results. But it doesn't work that way because you're not. And maybe you've had that experience. Have you, either of you, had that experience where maybe on a Sunday you overindulged a little bit and then the next day morning, you're struggling in class? Like, it's crazy how that's connected. And so it's good to hear other people talk about how they've, managed that too and stuff.
So going forward, I'm going to let Nicole talk about this. So now you guys you're done. What?
You're talking about what? Go ahead.
Some advice.
Okay.
Going forward as a fit member, because now the 10-week challenge is over.
AJ came to class yesterday morning. He was
for him.
He was there.
Got
I was
rained on too,
impressed. Yep, I was impressed.
Well, yes, but now it's over.
I know, but still, he could have just not. It was
He
over
could've.
Friday.
He wanted to check, yeah. So, okay.
We got that picture. I'm like, oh, look at that.
So,
and he was there with Haley, our other fellow $1,000 winner.
Okay.
Yeah.
Haley was there.
Yep. Perfect
So
attendance.
we were not there.
No.
Yeah, we didn't. You guys left kind of early.
Why weren't you guys there?
We didn't leave till after midnight.
Wow.
Yeah.
And we didn't get home till after 12:30, 12:45.
Right. Yeah.
And then if we have a dog that needs to have a pill at 3:30 in the morning. So
we were up. That's the thing. Like, I was up. I could have. I did work out yesterday. I just did not do it.
I did not
in the
work
morning.
out.
Yeah.
I went to the game. Well, it's kind of a workout.
Mhm.
It's a mental workout.
Yeah.
And I had one of these, got this little ball from the ticket tailgate that I was working on pretty well, during the game and stuff. So it's kind of, kind of a little.
Also, I will say, because in our 10-week parties, we have a DJ and we do karaoke, and I had over 20,000 steps by the time Friday from that party. Like, my feet and calves are extremely sore from dancing. So I feel like that earned me a little bit of credit for
burn some calories.
Yeah, I did.
So going forward, I posted an article for you guys on the 10-week page. About not stopping and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So what's some advice you can give, not only these guys, but, now that the challenge is over, because sometimes bad habit starts to creep in.
You talk about that like it's literally not you.
It is me.
They heard the segments talking about
because it happens.
I know.
Right?
Do you have game plan? Do you have a game plan, either of you, going forward? That's the most important thing.
Yeah, I do. I mean, when I first started it, I actually came up with I made it more of like a year plan
Good.
goal. So I broke it down into 10 weeks just because it worked with the 10-week class. So every 10 weeks, I have a goal of how many pounds I want to lose.
Well, it sounds like you need to sign up for the national challenge then. That'll keep you motivated.
The more competition for Mark, the better.
Anyway, keep going.
Yes, keep going.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the main thing for me is the eating. I need to continue the eating and actually probably even get better. Like I said, add some more fruits and vegetables. Just mix it up a little bit more. And then working out, I signed up to do the monthly class still at Farrell. So I think it's a great class. Again, I've never really been a workout guy, but it goes by so fast. The time is so quick. And when you're all done, you feel so much better that you're done. So definitely going to keep doing that. And that's it. Keep good eating habits and keep working out. So.
Yeah, that's good. What about you, Rob? Do you have a game plan?
No, not per se, but I
Just
think
keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah,
Well, the goal,
but I need to set some goals.
No regressing.
The goal
right.
we need for Rob is that we don't want him to do a 4th 10-week challenge.
Right.
Right? Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
We want to keep him involved.
Yeah.
So he's not hitting me up in 2 years like,
Yeah.
what's this Black Friday deal? I need
Right.
to get signed up. Those types of things. So
Yeah, that does happen. But you also said you were coming from kind of a better place nutritionally, maybe too. And so that makes a difference. You already kind of had some of those habits in place.
Yeah.
So just continuing doing not doing what you shouldn't be doing.
So, I mean, coming back to my experience with Farrell's, I mean, the first 10-week challenge I did, I'm still 25 pounds heavier than what I ended at.
And how long ago was that?
More than 10 years.
Yeah,
long
time.
It's more than a decade.
You're competing with a much younger version of yourself.
I am,
right?
yeah. And my original goal for this 10-week challenge, I mean, I haven't hit it yet as far as weight loss, but I'm really happy with body fat loss and just my appearance now. So I think it's just continuing that and, building strength.
Yeah. And I mean, that's really what it is. It's not, you can give advice to people, but it's more if you coming up with a game plan to keep it to be sustainable. And that's why it's important. And that's why we really talk about balance and finding something that's sustainable. Because if you had just overhauled every part of your life for that 10 weeks, and you can only do that for so long, and as your kids get older, you'll be able to start incorporating some of that healthy stuff with them. You're not always going to have to eat the same different meals for everything. And, our kids grew up knowing, we didn't make them eat, clean their plate and eat all their vegetables, but they knew from a young age the difference between protein and a carb, and why it was important to have protein with your breakfast, that you shouldn't just eat a muffin. Like, let's have a yogurt and the muffin, so it's really cool to see how your kids can get involved, and, they kind of grow up around it. And then I feel like, we struggled to learn that stuff at an older age. If they come up with that baseline of
we don't
knowing.
even know. I don't even think we knew what water was until we started.
I didn't drink a glass of water in my 20s.
No, we just would drink Pepsi all
Yeah.
day. I mean, that's just what we did. We're never like, oh, let's go.
But that was the early 2000s. That was like right when bottled water was probably coming out too.
No.
So we didn't ever drink. I don't remember drinking water in my 20s.
No, it was all Pepsi. All right. Well, we are up against a break here. We'll be right back with AJ and Rob from Farrell's, our male summer 10-week challenge winner. 93.7 The Ticket, Fitness Fanatics. We'll be right back.
Sunday morning. It's quiet, not in a weird, too quiet way. Calm, peaceful, tranquil. You pour yourself that cup of coffee. You slice yourself a hearty chunk of one of Beatrice Bakery's breakfast breads. Now, maybe you're an apple streusel guy. Nothing wrong with that. I can respect that. Personally, I'm a turtle nut man. Something about those pecans. But the real ones know, don't sleep on that date nut bread. Sweet, but not too sweet. Nutty, not overly. The perfect morning treat. Beatrice Bakery. Online at beatricebakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum.
At Venue Catering and Events, we offer two of the most historic ballrooms in Lincoln. The Jasmine Room, located in the historic Grand Manse in the heart of downtown, featuring a beautiful built-in antique bar, spacious patio, and soaring skylit ceilings. The Scottish Rite Ballroom, located just 2 blocks from the state's capital, boasts intricate hand-carved columns, rich dark wood floors, and lavish chandeliers. The perfect venues to host your wedding, corporate event, or much more. For availability and more information, call us at 402-603-6483.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those round trips, which are perfect on your way there and perfect on your way back? Or those meetings with friends, surprise parties, camps, birthdays. The same way you plan for the important moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Get started at ready.gov/plan.
Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Mom was always very organized. But my sister and I noticed she started to forget things.
Telling my girls about my Alzheimer's diagnosis was hard.
But Mom's early detection gave us time to make a plan. My sister and I were there for Mom and each other.
If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together. For more information, visit alz.org/time to talk. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now in our new time. We're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
You want to feel important. You want to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things. You want to feel like you belong. We know. We felt that way too. And that's why we did something about it. We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers. We are normal people just like you. But our part-time service in the Army National Guard means we get to be more. When our communities are in need, we get the chance to stand up and do something about it. We get to serve in our own region and help the people we call neighbors. Whether they are in the mountains of New Mexico, the plains of Nebraska and Kansas, the ranches of Oklahoma and Texas, the farmlands of Missouri and Arkansas, or the bayous of Louisiana, we are here for our hometowns. And together, we can make a difference. Take on your legacy. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Sponsored by the Nebraska Army National Guard. Aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association at this station.
Now back to Fitness Fanatics on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back in to the Fitness Fanatics. We're joined in studio by our male $1,000 summer challenge winner, AJ Leach, and his buddy, Rob Worth, that talked him into signing up. Now, Rob, you read me a text at the party. What you were asking AJ if he wanted to do this. And what do you have that text?
Yeah. Give me a second. I'll pull it up.
So where Rob's looking that up, Harrison's going to be starting here in 2 weeks with you guys. He's excited to be working out. 6 a.m. We always kind of call it the man show because there's a lot of guys that come to
There
6.
just is, yeah.
If you go to any other class time, there's not a lot. I mean, there are guys there, but 6, just for some reason, 6 a.m. is that sweet spot for guys that are like, I don't really want to get up at 5.
Yeah.
So I want to get that a little extra sleep. And 6 is, and both gyms is the same way. Yankee Ridge.
And it was that way in Iowa too.
Yeah,
when we-
in our gym in
Yeah,
Altoona.
yeah.
6 a.m. That's kind of where we labeled it the man show.
Right.
Just a lot of guys at 6.
There's women too, but it's just a lot. Yeah.
So give Harrison some advice on like what to expect the first day, first week.
Let's just back to Rob. He has it up right there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what did AJ tell you when you were asking him?
Yeah, so I texted AJ asking if he'd be interested in joining Farrell's, and he said, interesting. Let me give it some thought and talk to Dana, his wife. I could probably win the $1,000. Haha.
Which is really funny because that you seem very quiet and laid back. So it's funny that was like, are you competitive?
Yeah, I think it's more of like if I'm going to set my mind to
Okay.
something. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't commit to stuff like that very often, but when I do,
Yeah.
like in the past, I've stopped drinking pop and I could do it for like a year. Like
Mhm.
I've been able to commit to stuff. It's just actually getting over that hurdle to make that commitment.
Yeah. No, it was, and it worked. Look at that.
Prophecy.
Yeah. Okay. So that was kind of funny. That was funny.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to read.
Put it out there.
That at the party.
Yeah.
So for those thinking about doing the 10 weeks, Harrison's going to be doing the 10 weeks. What does it look like? You know, the first week or two, and so just kind of give Harrison some what to expect in his 10-week challenge.
Sure. I mean, the main thing I would say is don't get discouraged. Like, don't get embarrassed. Like, I went there and all of these movements they're doing, I'm one of the most uncoordinated persons I saw there. And it took me a long time to like figure out what they're doing. Like front punches are kind of simple. Then you start doing hooks and it's like, am I bringing my arm too far? Like I overthink it, but like the trainers are there to help you. The coaches are there. I mean, I was stopped probably 10 times throughout. Like, no, you need to do it this way. They're trying to get me to do it the right way. So there's people there to get you to do the right way. So you don't hurt yourself. And so you're actually helping your body. And just, yeah. And one thing that's surprising is I weighed myself pretty consistently and I knew what
Which we tell you not to do. Men are just the worst about it. I know. Mark did it too every single week.
So,
it's fine.
Yeah, I agree. I wish I wouldn't have, because I mean, there's weeks where I would eat the same thing one week, work out the same, and I would lose a half a pound. And you'd get discouraged and you're like, how'd I only lose half a pound? Then the next week I do the exact same thing and you'd lose 5 or 6 pounds.
Mhm.
So your body's amazing, where it's like, you don't want to, it's more of a long-term game. Like, don't think about the short-term results. Long-term, how's it end up? And like I said, if you think of any one week and get discouraged, like, I'm not going to work out this week, I only lost a half pound, what's that doing? So definitely don't get discouraged.
But that happens
Yeah.
so much.
I think that's what trips most people up.
Like, you know, and it happens at 5 weeks. Like, you know, you come in and do your 5-week assessment, and I mean, I have there's a couple that I mean, I'm not going to say who they are, but this is it when we were in our Des Moines gym, and I highly doubt they're listening, so I think it's fine. But, you know, husband and wife doing the challenge together. And I always tell the wives, like, you can't compare yourself to your husband.
Yeah.
Like, any female cannot compare themselves to a male when it comes to trying to lose weight.
Yeah.
You know, that we tell people, you know, this isn't a weight loss program, but everybody wants to lose weight. So guy did super well. His wife did well. What I thought was for a lady, you know, drop body fat, gain muscle, lost fat. And she was just so discouraged. And I just never saw her again. Like, she just quit after 5 weeks. And I'm like, I don't understand that. And he kept coming, and he didn't win, but I think he kept coming and finished, and he was like one of the top 3 finishers and had amazing results. And then he didn't didn't sign up for fit. And I mean, I'm pretty sure I heard he just gained everything back.
Yeah. It's hard. It's hard. It's the mental part for sure.
It is a lot of mental.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And what's funny is I've been doing this for so long that I can get in that, I can play that mental game with myself also. Like, I know it works. I trust the process, right? Process works. I mean, we live the process.
Yeah.
So when I start stuff, I'm like, well, gosh, I've lost.
You always when you buckle down, you always expect to see immediate results.
Right. So
Every
I
time.
know the process works.
Yeah.
Or like when Matt from Nutrition Authority gets me on a nutrition meal plan, I'm like,
which is very similar to the Pharaoh's meal plan. I mean, you just need that accountability of every 2 weeks.
yes,
And
I sound just like you guys probably did. Like, this is stupid. I have to eat 2,500 calories. I'm supposed to be losing weight. This is not. Matt has no clue what he's talking about. This is not working. But you know, you just give it time, and it works. So,
what about you, Rob? Having done it before, because I know we have lots of people that have done it, and then like you said, it was over 10 years ago. The first time, like, you're in a totally different place in your life. Like, how has it been different each time when you're coming back? You know, and you know what to expect, but it's still different. I'm sure each time.
Yeah, I mean, the first time I was in my probably mid 20s. No kids, you know, not much responsibility. So I had the time. Second time, work got in the way, I think, and just making excuses got in the way. But now it's like having kids. I, you know, have responsibilities. I don't have a problem going to bed early anymore. I have an easy time getting up at 5:30 in the morning, hitting a 6 a.m. class. And then also having a friend there, I felt, you know, some accountability with us, you know, making sure I got there and I could see him, see AJ. But, you know, that's me. That was my situation.
Yeah. Well, and I think, and I've mentioned this before when we were talking with our winner last time, Haley, when AJ, you were talking about all of your excuses, there becomes a point where those excuses are actually the reason that you should, you know what I mean? Like we use our kids as an excuse. They're not your excuse. They're your reason. They're the reason you should be doing this.
Your
kids,
should,
right.
Your kids should be your number one reason, because you should want to be here as long as you possibly can for your kids.
And it doesn't diminish the fact that it is more difficult when you have, you know, that routine and those kids, and that does make it hard. It really does. It makes the nutrition part harder, but that should be instead of, and I think that I use that for myself too, when I'm trying to like justify something, but that excuse is actually flip it around and make that your reason. And I think that if you can do that in that moment of weakness where you don't want to, especially even like when people struggle to get up in the morning, I'm a morning person. That's not that hard for me, but like, it's funny how many people are just like, they don't come to class because they were tired. And I'm like, that's why you should be in class, because then you're tired for a reason.
Sore.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I know.
Like our daughter just went through this.
Yeah.
Her legs were really sore from the fit challenge. And she's like, I don't want to do leg day. And we're just like,
right. You're going to feel worse. Like even our son was like, you're never going to get stronger if you don't work out when you're sore. So,
when
but
you're
it's
sore,
true.
that's the best time to come.
Right. Because then, you know, I want to, yes, first of all, when are we not tired? I'm tired right now. I could take a nap right now.
We're always
I'm
tired,
never
right?
not tired.
Yeah.
That should not be my excuse to not do something.
We're
Like,
especially after the Husker game yesterday.
right, mentally exhausted. But
So
that should be your reason. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just funny story about like kids. Obviously, yeah, kids are a huge motivating factor for me. My 6-year-old son Truman, he's getting to
I
that
love
age
that
where
name.
he
That's so
wants
cute.
to like wrestle. And 10 weeks ago, I could wrestle with him for like 5 seconds, and then I can't even get off the floor.
Yeah.
And I could tell he's like, "Come on, Dad, keep going." And now I'm doing it more. I can tell more, and he's actually like, they know what I was doing, working out in the morning. That's why Mom was doing everything, and my son would we would weigh ourselves at night, and the other day I was 235, and he's like, "Dad, you lost 25 pounds." And first of all, amazing, he can do that math. So
Yeah,
we're doing good.
wow.
Yeah, it's
Right.
all a brag moment there.
Yeah.
Good job, Truman. But and he would be like, "Great job, Dad." Like and then he's
Mhm.
gaining weight, so we're talking about weight. And
Yes,
I mean,
which he should, obviously.
Yeah, he's
Right.
a kid.
He's
Yes.
6. Yeah.
So he watches like YouTube videos of bodybuilders and wants to be a bodybuilder. And
Yeah.
I'm not sure he'll get there, but
That's
it's just
cute.
amazing seeing that. Like, I grew up, I never thought about health. I never
No.
did any of that.
We
and
didn't
just
either.
seeing him like encouraged and wanting to do that kind of stuff is amazing. So.
Yeah, that is fun. I remember because Ben, our son who's 15, he was 5 months old when I started Feral. So, I mean, it'd be a couple of years in, and I'm always sore. I mean, you're gonna be sore when you're exercising, and so there would be so many times when Ben was a little toddler, and he would like climb up on my lap, and I'd be like, "Oh, ow!" Like, "Oh, my legs are sore. You can't do that." And so it'd get to the point where he would like start, and then he would be like, "Are you sore, Mom?" And I'm like, "No, you can come on up." But it's still funny. Like, never grew up with that ever, with that concept of like working out and soreness. So yeah, that is cool. But I think that's important, is to use your excuses as your reason to do it. I think that's what's important to keep in mind as you continue to, and don't let all those bad habits kind of sneak back in. But also feel like you can, you don't always have to say no. You can find a balance. But if you come from a place of balance, then it makes it a lot easier to kind of work that real life back in.
Sound like Daniel LaRusso here in Cobra Kai.
Oh, why?
Balance.
No.
Balance. You guys watch Cobra Kai?
Balance is important.
I haven't.
Oh,
Did you watch
But I was
Karate Kid?
I absolutely did, yes, and it got me into trouble when I was little. I broke my sister's thumb. She may be listening. No,
Nice.
with
So
a
you
karate
might-
kick.
that's-
yeah.
The crane?
The crane?
Yep.
It's okay. Who didn't? I mean,
That's awesome.
Well, Cobra Kai is awesome.
No,
There's
it's
6
not.
seasons.
Yep.
It's
6
so
seasons of Cobra
cheesy.
Kai. It's cheesy,
Ugh.
but we like to go back.
Oh,
to
we've
our
watched
youth.
all of the
We've
seasons.
seen
It
them all.
just was released like 2 Fridays ago. We've watched.
We like to go back to our youth. We do that as Husker fans too. So
Mhm.
we might as well go back to the 80s and 90s on our TV shows, just like we do with our football team.
So, not to
Balance. Okay, go
Yeah.
ahead. No, it's a very important life
Yeah.
lesson, though. I was just
right, but so what do you think? What did you feel like the difference is between those first 2 weeks and like the last 2 weeks of the session? Like, looking back, you know what I mean?
The main thing for me is probably like my coordination's gotten a lot better. I mean, I
Mhm.
still have a lot of improvement, but I'm still not in rhythm. But I do things a lot quicker than I used to do.
Mhm.
I'm still not always in line with everybody else, but again, just keep moving.
And
That's
it's
the main thing. Yeah,
fine.
keep moving.
Yeah.
And you're good.
I mean,
AJ is
about
not-
flexibility. I
Oh
mean,
yeah,
Yeah.
flexibility. I mean, like roundhouse kicks. I feel like when I first started, I would hit the base of the thing and it hurt your foot.
Right.
So,
We don't recommend that.
yeah, that hurts.
Yeah.
'Cause I just couldn't get high enough, and after you're tired, you don't even think about it, and
Yeah.
before you know it, you're hurting your foot. And now I can get a little higher, and instructors would call me out when I would need to improve things, but they'd also call me out. Like this last class, somebody said like, "Your leg's finally getting up where it needs to be. Great job." And just to hear that, I mean, it's good. Like I know that and I still have improvement to make, but I definitely seen that improvement in flexibility. So.
Yeah. During the break, Harrison had asked, like, were you exercising before this? And you had said no. And I think that's pretty common for people.
very
It's
common.
very common in our program because you're signing up for that commitment of that 10 weeks. So I think that's a good place for people to start, like very few times. If you could do it on your own, you wouldn't need to do ferals. Like that's kind of,
Right.
for most people, if you were disciplined enough to just show up and come up with your own stuff and do it on your own, you really wouldn't need to be there. So I think that's what's great about starting with the new people. And that's what you guys will see when the October 3rd, day one of the next session. Like, you're going to get a huge ego boost because you're going to be like, okay, good. I'm not the only one. Because AJ does not have rhythm. Like, he doesn't. And that's okay. Look, he still won $1,000. You don't have to have a good perfect 8 count to be able to succeed in our program. It's fine. And yes, you have definitely progressed. I love seeing that when people, start to get it. But you're learning something new. You're sore from the day before, you're tired, you're not, it's a lot for your mind and body to do. So I just think that that's important to hear from other people, that like, you don't have to be in shape. This is like, I always say, my mom always used to say she didn't want to go to church until she was right with the Lord. And we would always say, that's where you get right with the Lord. It's the same thing with barrels. Like, you don't have to be in shape to do our program. That is the reason you're doing our program. You don't think, oh, I need to lose 10 pounds, 15 pounds, and then I'll do it. Like, no, that's the reason why you do it.
But also don't think like at the end of the class that you're going to be able to fly through the 45 and not get tired. Like, it's a continuous, you see improvement, but I also feel like the class gets more intense throughout the week. So you guys adjust it so that the harder stuff comes towards the end. So it's still very hard.
Plus, you just get more efficient and better at it. So you're doing more, like you're able to throw more of those combinations by week 8, 9, 10, because you know what you're doing. AJ was one. I don't know what you do for your job, but something very analytical. Like I can tell, because he was very some guys will come in, not just guys, but like Mike Schaefer is a great example. He almost punched me one time on a wild hook punch, not on purpose. I was trying to help him. And so he was just that 100 miles an hour brick wall, like, just go.
Yeah.
That is not AJ. AJ is definitely like, watch, process, and then apply, and then repeat over and over and over again, which I appreciate, because then you're doing it right, and you want to do it right, and you're just taking that time. So, and you still had success. It's great.
Yep. The coolest thing too going forward is like, now you guys, when the new group comes in at 6, you can encourage them. So where you got encouragement from some our members, coaches, instructors, Nicole and I, now you can do that. Like, so if you see a new person in class and that that first week, and just great job.
Like, after class, like, it gets easier. Just stick with it. Just
goes a long way.
Right.
That's kind of the Barrels family culture. Because you're in a class where there's fit members and then there's new people and stuff. So I know when you guys probably first started, you're like, wow, this person just,
how do they just know what to do?
How do they know what they're doing? Right. They're just like, this is amazing. Like, I don't look anything like this person. But we all started at the same place. So when new people come in and Harrison doesn't know what a cross is and a roundhouse and he's struggling, and just a little word of encouragement goes a long way for people. So, all right, we're up against the break. We got one more segment. We're going to talk a little sports with these guys, because it's the ticket. They're ticket listeners, and the coolest thing is to talk sports in the ticket studio. So we're going to talk a little sports, probably not Husker football, maybe a little NFL talk today. So we'll be right back on 93.7 The Ticket, Fitness Fanatics.
Hey, buying a used vehicle sucks, and the biggest problem is, who can you trust? Hey, this is Carl from Price Right Auto out here at West O Street in Lincoln. Here's what customers have told us they want from us. They want transparent pricing with no games. We have all of our pricing on our website, plus a Carfax report. We don't want to buy a lemon. We include a 3-month warranty on all of our vehicles. We don't want to play games. Just make it simple. You saw that with non-commissioned salespeople. Can you trust us? Just check out our Google reviews. Again, this is Carl from Price Right Auto on West O. Check us out at pricerightauto.com.
We're still as busy as we've ever been. Across the country, you may see a small slowdown, but in Lincoln, Nebraska, we're not slowing down.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
Our Southwest Lincoln development is just going great as we keep growing in Southwest Lincoln. Down the road, we'll have a new school, so that's exciting. We also have a new development out in East Lincoln over by Hillcrest Country Club. Just a real neat subdivision because it features trees, great views. If you're concerned about interest rates, many lenders in town offer extended lock periods. So it's worth contacting a lender and asking them about an extended lock. That's a big deal.
Make your dream home a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
I'm Chris Jakovic. I served in the United States Air Force and I deployed 3 times. So in 2017, I was serving as an Air Force First Sergeant. Our motto in that role is my job is people, everyone is my business. But unfortunately in that year, I would lose my own brother, Lance Corporal Adam Jakovic, to suicide. The majority of veteran suicides are from guns. I store my weapons securely, not only for myself, but for my family. Store all your guns securely. Help stop suicide. My service never stops.
Brought to you by End Family Fire and the Ad Council.
You want to feel important. You want to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things. You want to feel like you belong. We know. We felt that way too, and that's why we did something about it. We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers. We are normal people just like you. But our part-time service in the Army National Guard means we get to be more. When our communities are in need, we get the chance to stand up and do something about it. We get to serve in our own region and help the people we call neighbors. Whether they are in the mountains of New Mexico, the plains of Nebraska and Kansas, the ranches of Oklahoma and Texas, the farmlands of Missouri and Arkansas, or the bayous of Louisiana, we are here for our hometowns. And together, we can make a difference. Take on your legacy. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Sponsored by the Nebraska Army National Guard, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association at this station.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now they've raised wages again and they're hiring for production operators at $22.58 per hour. And other select jobs is starting at $24.28 per hour, with wages growing up to $30.30 per hour. Continental also has salaried jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates. To learn more or to apply, go to continental-jobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide or experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis, call 988 for free, confidential, and compassionate support. On July 16th, the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline is transitioning to 988. There is hope. For 24/7 support, call, text, or chat 988.
Sponsored by Nebraska DHHS, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Mario fue pintor más de 30 años. Cuando me dijo que se le estaban olvidando las cosas, fue difícil. Un día me dijeron que pintara el marco del lado por dentro y pinté el lado de afuera.
Yo le diría a la gente que le diga a su familia lo que está pasando con él.
Si algo se nota diferente, podría ser Alzheimer. Es momento de hablarlo. Visita alz.org/nuestras historias para saber más. Un mensaje de The Alzheimer's Association y The Ad Council.
Now back to Fitness Fanatics on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back into our last segment here. If you missed any part of our show, you can check us out on the podcast page on theticketfm.com under Ticket Weeknights. We're under there under the Fitness Fanatics. Just got a few minutes left. It is Football Sunday here in Nebraska, which is always usually a little bit more pleasant than Football Saturday. So we got Rob in here wearing a Chiefs fan. He just gets to relax today.
Yep.
Watch the teams he wants to root against, right? I'm assuming you cheer for the Raiders to lose. You've already taken care of the Chargers.
It's mostly about my fantasy football.
Okay.
Team,
So how did you become a Chiefs fan? We always like to hear the origin stories.
I mean, for me, it's just location.
Closest. Yeah.
By default. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I'm not a diehard Chiefs fan, and a lot of times I don't even get to watch games because I've got 2 young kids and
stuff going on.
They'd rather watch something else.
Yeah, my wife she schedules a lot of stuff. So
yeah.
Like yesterday we were in Nebraska City for the Applejack Festival, which is actually my hometown.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, we just get out and do a lot of stuff on the weekends.
Did you go after the game or during
but
yeah, that was probably a good use
if you
of
look
your
at
time.
some of the pictures that my wife took of me, I have a headphone in my ear, so
Yeah.
I was listening to the game.
And you're
for a while at least.
You're fine. And
it was through about 1.5 quarters.
Yeah.
if you can not go to the game or watch, there was probably not a lot of people there. Or were there, right? Was there a lot of people?
There were still a lot of people.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
How far away is
after the rain stopped?
Yeah. And it's far enough away.
45 minutes
Yeah.
from Lincoln. Yeah.
I guess. So AJ, what about you? You're not a big NFL.
I like the NFL. I don't have one specific team. I kind of
Okay.
like a lot of. I like the Chiefs and the Vikings and Tom Brady. I
How
like Tom Brady.
convenient
I
for
know,
you.
so
Right.
always pick the good ones.
Let's
so.
be real nice.
I like the Chiefs,
Right.
Tom Brady, and, big Michael Jordan fan.
Well, let's see.
Why
The
put
Vikings
yourself
won
through a
last
struggle?
week. Yeah, no, I'm jealous.
You can be a flexible fan.
Right. No, I'm jealous. Yeah.
Well, we know Harrison's a Bears fan.
Mm-hmm.
So we got a big game tonight, Packers-Bears, Sunday night. Oh, the Bears haven't fared very well against the Packers in my lifetime. So
This game makes me nervous every time. It just does.
every time until, it's not good.
Yeah, I usually by halftime I know if I'm going to should be nervous or not.
Not even by halftime. 'Cause
Yeah.
The Bears usually blow it.
I know I usually am nervous in the first half, and then the second half I'm like, what am I nervous about? We do better and they do worse, and then it's usually pretty
But
good.
it's a new coach, defensive-minded coach. So I do like the direction the Bears are going.
Well, statistically, the Packers have never lost under the last 8 games that they've lost. They've won the next game.
Under who's their coach?
I know his name.
This Packer
No, I
fan?
know his name. I can't think of it right now. I don't know why.
LaFleur.
I was Matt. I know. I had Matt.
You wouldn't have got that.
Yes, I was gonna get it.
All right, guys.
Statistically, we got it though.
Well,
They
thank
lost
you
last week.
very much for taking time out of your Sunday to come in with
Mhm.
us. Great job, AJ. If you any questions about the 10-week challenge, you can go to fxblincoln.com. Hit us up on our Instagram, Twitter handles. We'd love to help you out. If you mention the ticket, you do get a 50% discount off of the 10-week challenge. So we'll see you next week. We have a great motivational speaker that's going to be calling in, Chip Townsend. Really looking forward to that. So have a great week. We'll see you guys next week here on Fitness Fanatics.